Guys, it's the Invincible Fireboy here for a new video. Now, this topic probably a lot of you might have known by now because probably the biggest thing in the internet. You might have noticed it, might have not. Whether the not whether, but the direwolves were brought back, and whether these are actual direwolves or just like grey wolves that are genetically modified, etc., etc. Now we're gonna go into all of that in this video, and yeah, we're going to see how whether these things are actually direwolves, whether these things are grey wolves with like changes and all that, or maybe they're just like a new species, which is probably what I want. But yeah, let's get into it. Now, the direwolf, if you don't know, is a like extinct species that died out around like 10,000 years ago, I think, like at the minimum. At like 10,000 years, which is like obviously not much while you compare it to other stuff, but when you compare it with human stuff, yeah, 10,000 years is a lot compared to humanity. So, yeah, so these things have been gone for a very long time, and now direwolves are larger than any other wolf. I think they're like 6 foot tall, and like many people even thought that direwolves were just mythology or something like that, but they're not. They were actually real. Like they probably got popularized due to Game of Thrones. I think that Game of Thrones, right? I think that's the media that had it. That's basically how it got popular. Next is like who brought them back, and why, and all that. Okay, it was brought back by a company you might have heard of because of making the quote-unquote woolly mice, which is a new species, I guess you can say. So yeah, it's colossal, like bioscience. I think colossal bioscience. Yeah, they created a. They used the I think you've heard about CRISPR, right? It's basically something that like changes cells on like targets cells and changes them by like it might have some differences. So for example, you can use CRISPR to like make something stronger that's like 10, like maybe for example, you have a very weak animal. Let's choose maybe a small goat or something. Then you give it like put it in CRISPR and try use CRISPR on a baby like embryo, and that would like the CRISPR, you can use that to modify genes. So if you want, you can make the like embryo stronger, which would affect the animal that is born. So you basically make it's basically Jurassic Park for the summary. Okay, next the like how was it made? Now that's the question. Like it was made using direwolf, like genome of a 13,000-year-old skull and a 72,000-year-old like No, wait. 13,000-year-old, 13,000-year-old tooth, right? Tooth, and a 72,000-year-old skull. I got a little mismatched, but yeah. And but how did they do it? It's basically Jurassic Park, where they used like DNA and mixed it with another animal. Instead of using frogs, um, like they used their best counterpart right now is the grey wolf. Even though it's not even a canid, but that's a topic for another day. Like they made like there it's 99.5% direwolf DNA, so they could just they told that there are 20 different like changes that make a direwolf different to a grey wolf. Debatable, but okay. And it just put the DNA that makes the grey wolf into a direwolf. So the CRISPR, it basically went into the embryo and took off the nucleus, is what they told, and then like put some direwolf DNA in there, and also did some editing due to of what we know. So that's how we got these direwolves. But here's the question: are these things even direwolves? The short answer is no, it's not. You have probably heard so much controversy on this topic. All direwolves being wolves, or they're just, direwolves being direwolves, or like some other animal in total. Which, yeah, it is very different. And like so much YouTubers, even Goji Center has literally made a website on it. Like a bit much, but yeah, it summarizes everything. So they're basically just grey wolves genetically modified with a pinch of direwolf DNA. It's basically Jurassic World reverse. Instead of using the main component as the what we are trying to find, and the less found component, or like we basic direwolves are the frogs, and the grey wolves are the dinosaurs. That's basically it. Because there's more grey wolf DNA than direwolf, which basically makes a grey wolf hybrid. So it's, and what is the reason they tried to make it? I'm pretty sure this was not their main plan, but they did it because they probably need a lot of media about the for example funding. So they're trying to get as much social media as possible, because they want to fund their projects. So they made Remus, Romulus, and what's the name? Let me check it. I literally don't know. Khaleesi. Yep, Khaleesi. Those three. Khaleesi, the only female, and Romulus, Remus, the twin males, 6 months and 3 months. Okay. Now, they might have actually been doing this to support something else, the red wolves, because I feel like they were more like trying to make red wolves, because people know what is it called, the colossal, mainly for making extinct species de-extinct, but they're also needed. Their main job actually is um uh like helping endangered species. So it's like not like, so they probably just want to fund their program about um like the red wolves. They're trying to best like the like they want to genetic thingy. I don't know what it's called. It's based like genetic diversity, right? Yeah, genetic diversity of red wolves. So they're trying to say, hey, we created dire wolves. Now we're going to use that technology. So we have that technology, so we can save use that on red wolves, and people will like it. That's basically what they're trying to say. Which I was like, do like, is it wrong for them to call it direwolves? Yes, but do us the media, social media even care? No, we don't. We like it. These genetically modified direwolves, which really please colossal, call it Colossus direwolf. It's going or some like colossal dirus, something like that. Because it's like Colossal's direwolf. That'd be a cool name. So they, it's just basically for doing this red wolf and all that. I mean, which is great. I like that they're actually funding something using the thing they're popular of. Good job, Colossal. Now that's basically it. Now, would these direwolves actually fit the niche of real direwolves? Most likely, yes. These things are as big as they can be. So they're basically lookalikes. They look like a direwolf, they act like a direwolf, so they're direwolves. Even though they're not, but no one cares. They're gonna basically be the new niche for direwolves. That's basically it. Now what will they be doing? They will try to take care of species that are like basically using much like overpopulating species. So they're like large big species, not like any other species, like large overpopulating huge species. For example, if they make if some random species is just overpopulating, they could use a direwolf. But will direwolves ever be like put in the wild? At least Remus, Romulus, and Kaheli, something. Okay, the answer is no. They will not. Colossal has been strict and told that they will not be brought into the wild, and right now they're in an undisclosed area in an undisclosed area, because that's all we know. That's all we'll probably ever know. Yeah. Oh no, my wolf. No, my wolf drowned. Just in Minecraft though. Now I only have one wolf. I mean 2 wolves on the net. I don't need to be doing this, but I'm gonna. Okay. New wolf. Okay. So that's basically it for the video. All I did was just explain what these new things are, whether they'll actually act like the thing that they're supposed to be, and that's basically it. So if you want more content like this, please consider subscribing. It'll just take a what is it, like one tap. It's not gonna do much. It won't do anything like this. It'll just help me out. And I'll be very happy. What is happening? Okay, now I have to spawn another wolf. Wolfie? Wolfie, come here. Okay, so thanks for watching. And bye. Yeah, Wolfie, come here.